In this lesson, we'll learn date and time formatting for better representation. We'll start by declaring a variable that will hold a current date and time via the date and time now function. And using the current date and time as an example, in a series of print statements, I'll show you how we can manipulate or format its representation. So the first print statement will reflect the default format. So to create a string representing the time under the control of an explicit format string, we'll need strftime method. So this method gives us access to a series of format codes. So we can use something like %a for weekday as locale's abbreviated name, or uppercase A for weekday as locale's full name, lowercase w for weekday as a decimal number, and lowercase d for a day of the month as a zero padded decimal number. Alright, so now let's switch to month. We can hold Alt Shift and press down to copy the current line, and now I'll just change the format codes to suit the month representation. So here I can use lowercase b for month as locale's abbreviated name, then uppercase b for the same but the full name, and then lowercase m for month as a zero padded decimal number. And let's do something similar for the time representation. Uppercase H for hour as a zero padded decimal number in 24-hour clock format. Uppercase I for hour as a zero padded decimal number in 12-hour clock format. Uppercase M for minute as a zero padded decimal number. Uppercase S for second as a zero padded decimal number. And finally, lowercase p for locale's equivalent of either AM or PM. And we can also do a locale specific date and time representation. For that, we'll utilize lowercase c for locale's appropriate date and time representation, depending where you are in the world, and uppercase x for locale's appropriate time representation. And here I'd like to drag your attention to one specific detail. We'll try to run the code and we'll get into an error. In essence, it complains that it cannot find the right attribute, and this is where we have to be careful. You see at the top of the file, I've imported specific classes from the Datetime module. If I would have had imported just the Datetime module, then this construction would have been appropriate. We're calling Datetime class on the Datetime module and then the now method of the Datetime class. However, because we have specifically imported the Datetime class, we can call the now method directly on the Datetime class. So we don't need one of the Datetimes here. And if we'll run the code again, everything will work as it should. So basically, all these outputs are based on the current date and time. They're just formatted in a variety of ways. You can check out the official documentation on Datetime module, where you'll find more format codes for all your needs. All right, so in this lesson, we've looked at a variety of formats to customize date and time representation.